What's up, film family, and welcome to the Film Room podcast. My name's Deion,
My name is Scott.
and today we're doing the 2025 sports drama Marty Supreme. And in this episode, we'll respond to some listener feedback. We're going to get into our deep dive conversation of the movie. And to close off, we have an award show called The Filmmies, where we give out 6 awards to the movie we just watched. But before we get into all that, we have to give our general thoughts.
General thoughts. So, Scott,
what were your thoughts? What were your quick thoughts on Marty Supreme?
I loved it. I thought it was an absolute roller coaster. You never know what's going to happen next in this movie. I thought the ping pong. The ping pong is the biggest part of like the marketing and everything.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that was kind of like the weakest part of this movie. There's so much going on outside of it, which was so awesome. But like I didn't really care that much about the ping pong itself. Timmy was great. Marty as a character was great, even though he was unlikable. But just like all the antics that he finds himself in makes for a very entertaining watch. It was really funny, and it was a great movie. Loved it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the comment you said about the ping pong thing, which I agree too. But do you mean it as far as like the visual of it, or just like the story that we got from like the whole ping pong aspect?
Well, I guess a couple things. Like the one, it's not really that involved. Well, his success playing ping pong is very involved in the story and matters. But like the orange ball, for example, I thought that was going to be a bigger part of the story. It's not really that big a part of the story. That's not necessarily a knock on the movie. That's just my expectations from the marketing. But the actual ping pong, like in the scenes when they're just doing their ping pong matches, I thought it was shot kind of cool, I guess. But it's just not that entertaining, and I don't really care who wins or not.
Yeah, no, I feel you, and I think it's almost to it's better for the movie if people are like, I don't know if I want to see a ping pong movie. Like, it's not a ping pong movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't have to worry about not being interested in ping pong to enjoy this movie. So I think in that sense of it, it actually works out better for the movie.
I agree, but that then they marketed it that way, so that's why I think like maybe it might turn some people off. And like I actually have some answers from that when we get into our family meeting. But all the other stuff, just the chaos, the movie, or the story's constantly moving, and there's a specific way in the writing that I found anyways that he does this that I want to talk about in our deep dive. But this movie was fantastic. Like, it's just a absolute roller coaster.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And it's interesting because a little behind the scenes, we were with each other before this, and it's one of those classic things. Because we do this podcast, we were like, all right, we got to save it for the podcast. We can't even like hint if the other guy liked it or not. So the whole time I was like, I was trying to read your eyes. I'm like, did he like it? I don't know. I'm like going off like Alexis. I'm like, okay, she had felt, is that how he feels too? But
she didn't actually see it.
Oh, she didn't see it?
No, she didn't.
Oh, you just told her about it.
Movie. Yeah.
You just told her about it?
Yeah, I told her.
Okay. Because the way she was describing it, I was like, oh, I thought she actually saw it, talking about like whether the character's likable or not. And I was like, oh, she went to see it. So I thought she saw it. But I really enjoyed the movie too. Like, I really loved it. It reminded me why I like Uncut Gems and what's it called, in Good Time. Like that same kind of style. Like I like it. I like the fact that the Safdie, like the Josh, I guess because this is his individual movie, he's not with his brother, but you can tell that how they have their own style to their movies. And when you see it, it makes you feel like, oh, this kind of feels like a Safdie movie or so. Do you know how to pronounce their last name?
Safdie. I think it's just
Safdie.
Yeah.
Safdie. Okay. And obviously I thought I have a little bit of a bias because I saw from the early screening, which I'll talk about later, and then we could go more into our deep dive. But I'm glad to hear that you liked it. Because I was like, I don't know if I don't know if I have this bias. I always feel like this when I see a movie at TIFF or I see like some kind of specialty screening. I'm like, is it the atmosphere that's making it better than it actually is? But you just saw it like in a regular theater. I don't think they did specialty theaters for this, right? It's not like IMAX or.
No, well, I didn't see it in IMAX. I don't even think it was shot for IMAX. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, sometimes they just throw shit in IMAX that has no business being in IMAX just to get extra dollar. Usually,
yeah, but Avatar's in theaters right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
there's none left.
Yeah,
there's none left. But there is one aspect of the movie or scene, I guess, that didn't work for me. But I wanna talk about that more later again in the deep dive. So
Yeah, there's
I'm
some
curious
stuff that didn't work for me as well, but overall it was really really great. And
Mm,
the specialty screening, I mean, yeah, obviously that adds a little bit of juice, but I mean, if the movie's good, the movie's good, and if the movie, because you've gone to TIFF and seen movies that you didn't like.
yeah, no, that is fair. There is some movies though that like stepping back, I'm like, oh yeah, the movie wasn't. There definitely is like that level where like if I
Sure.
rewatch a movie, and I've done that, I was like, I need to rewatch this movie, and I'm like, okay, that being in the theater added a little bit of juice to the
Hmm.
movie, 100%. But I always try to keep that in mind when I'm thinking about these movies. I'm like, I don't know, was it really that good, or is like that the Midnight Madness movies, for example? I
Yeah,
always bring that up,
that's
but
just like
that's
totally
tough.
different than any other watching experience. But
Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned Uncut Gems. I thought it was obviously very, very similar. You're right. Like the style,
the
even
chaos.
the story, even Marty and Adam Sandler's character from
Yeah,
Uncut
true.
Gems are very similar. Super driven to be successful. Will not take no for an answer. Will just keep going. Every bad thing that happens to them, they find another way. Like very. So it's kind of just. I don't want to say the same movie, but v- similar movie, just like different chaotic stuff.
Yes, same character type.
Yeah,
Yeah, same
yeah.
character type. But with that being said, I think it's time to hear from the family, Scott.
Let's do it.
Let's get
I don't
to it.
have friends. I got family.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the family meeting. This is where we gather community thoughts and we discuss them. So, this week on our Instagram story, I asked the question: did the marketing work on you? The marketing was on fire for this movie. They had
We were a
jackets
part of
going
it.
out. Were we? Well, you were.
Technically. No, you. Technically, we were part of the video we put
Oh,
out.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
We
True.
drew attention to the movie.
You're right. We did. We reposted, yeah, the clip of Timothée Chalamet pitching in character, pitching ideas to the A24 marketing team of orange balls, painting the Statue of Liberty orange, going on covers of Wheaties boxes. They had jackets going out to a bunch of celebrities. I have a list of them I can mention later. A whole bunch of just crazy. A music video with SD Kid,
Yeah.
videos with Drew. Crazy. So I asked, did the marketing work on you? Are you going to go see this movie or not? 69% said yes, I got to see it. 31% said no, I don't care about ping pong. So we said like it's not really a ping pong movie, but it's a heavily part of the marketing. So
Yeah.
31% of people said no.
Okay, that's interesting, and that goes to my point, because I didn't see the final result of the poll, and I always try to just like not see the end result of it, just so I can kind of like hear it fresh and then just respond to it. But again, like I was saying, I think that plays well to at least people that have seen it as like a second word of mouth, because that's the biggest thing with most people's reason to
Yeah.
go see movies. You want someone else, like your friend or whatever, to give you like the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I think we're that for a lot of our friends, the most part, and I think it's refreshing for them to be like, nah, it's not a ping pong movie. You're gonna enjoy more than that. And then be like, okay, cool. Now I'll go
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. I mean, that leads into the question I asked on Reddit, which was, did this movie live up to the stellar marketing campaign? Asking people just that. Did it live up to it?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were talking about the marketing, saying like most of the response on the marketing was that they disliked Timmy being arrogant. You know, he was in that interview saying he put out great performances and look at me, I'm going to be one of the greats. Again, I think that was in character, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really bother me. Rubbed some people the wrong way, I guess. But overall, the people were positive, and
Okay.
the people that didn't like it mostly said like that Marty wasn't a likable. They didn't like Marty. They didn't want to root for him. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to.
No, for sure. Yeah. And there's a lot of movies too. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you necessarily have to. It's the anti-hero. You know what I mean? Like I think of it. I mean, there's a little aspect of it, like the rebellious. I think that probably leans to more like a younger people, and there's like, yeah, he's like screw the everybody else, like it's all me kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think this movie was meant for you to like Marty.
No, I don't think so at all. He's a piece of crap. He takes
Yeah.
advantage of everybody around him, and yeah, he's not really a great dude. I have a couple specific shout outs to
Okay.
make.
Yeah.
So Jay Chinos on Instagram,
Yeah.
he said that paddle scene let me know I don't want my dreams for real. I would have told him I piped his wife and been managing that shoe store the next morning. Just got clean out. I thought that was funny.
No, that's good. I like that.
Silly Dog 80 on
Mhm.
Reddit said it was very good, and I was extremely glad when it ended.
Okay, I don't know.
The way I took that, I think it's funny because I think it's like the chaos of it, right, is just so ridiculous
okay.
and anxiety inducing that like it's just fireworks going off and it's so much fun. But then when it ends, you're like, "Whew, I can like take a breath and like chill for a second." You know?
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Because like sometimes it's hard to tell the context with just something like that. So I was like, does that mean like they liked it, and does that mean like they didn't like the ending and they're glad when it like? But your take on it, I assume that probably is what they meant, and I do relate to that with the just being so much chaos and finally like, okay,
it's over.
It's over.
Finally, the Toast Face Killer.
Oh,
great name.
I like that name. That's a great name.
Not one character was wearing Supreme, not even Marty. Terrible.
Was Supreme even around at that point?
No, it absolutely was not. So
yeah, I know, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
Yeah, I know, it's 100% a joke. But I was just thinking out loud. I was like, was Supreme even around? I don't even know. But no, that's good. I mean,
Marty was pretty fresh. Like the glasses were clean. There was a lot of good fits. I'm interested to see what your fit check will be when we get to the Filmmies. But
I was just gonna say there was a lot of good fits. A lot of thought was went into the outfits in this movie for sure.
And even just the production design overall, like I think it really felt like 1950, like the streets that he was running through and like the underground ping pong facility or whatever that was that he's working in, the houses that he's climbing in and out of. It, I thought it was really well. It looked great.
Yeah, it looked lived in. Sometimes you watch something and like places look too clean. It's like nobody lives there. Or it's just like every room you go into, somebody just cleaned. Where it's like we could have just like, you know, something on the side, like garbage, or like a piece of paper crinkled. You know, just like a lot of the places they felt like look like people actually are in there.
Especially like downtown New York, 1950. Like that, it wouldn't be pristine and clean. It just wouldn't.
No, exactly. Yeah, which is I thought it looked great. Do you have any other ones, or can I jump into
do your shout out?
Okay, I want to give a quick shout out to we got an Apple review. At the end of the show, we always say, hey, if you leave a review and we'll read it on the show. So we gotta man up and do what we said. And we got a review from Baby Harp Seal, another great name.
Nice. Yeah.
And the exact review was perfect comfort listen. Discovered this podcast from the Wake Up Dead Man episode and knew I found a gem. Now I'm listening through all the backlog. Scott and Deion, brackets. I hope I spelled that right for you.
Yeah, you must have been happy to see that.
Yeah, I was happy to see that. Are so funny yet wholesome at the same time. Would you guys ever consider reviewing one of the Men in Black movies? They are some of my favorite comedy movies. So, thank you. And yes, first of all, yes. We would, especially because you left a review. But honestly, anytime anyone can leave a comment or anything and suggest a movie, and we'll tell you what we for the most part we'll do them. It's just a matter of when we'll do it, but we'll do it.
Yeah. Requests, yeah, for sure. We're down for it. Thank you, Baby Harpsill. We really appreciate the review. It was a great to see. And your name. What do you normally get? Like, if would you say someone your name's Deion, or someone's like writing you an email or something, like, do you normally get your name spelled right, or
they always take out the I?
Deon.
Yeah, and I literally just got this. I can't remember what it was for, but like in the last like 2 days, someone spelled my name Deon.
Damn.
I just get that all the time. They take out the I. I don't know.
Well, shout out to Baby Harpseal. They nailed it.
Yeah. No, she or he. I don't know. They 100% nailed it. I appreciate it. And yes, we'll do Men in Black at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we probably would have at some point anyways, but now
100%.
Coming in hot.
100%. What were your without getting too much, I guess, into awards and stuff like that, but I want to hear kind of what your thoughts are with Timmy his kind of performance in this movie.
Yeah, I thought he was really, really great. There's a couple scenes that really stood out to me for his act. I mean, he just overall he felt really. I mean, you even talked about about production time, very lived in. Like the character felt very lived. Like he just felt very true to himself. It didn't feel like it was an acting performance. He felt like he was this guy, and I think, the robbing the shoe store scene, for example, that was one that really stood out to me. Like,
Yeah.
Marty is a guy that will just talk his way out of something, and he's in his bag for the first time in this scene, talking his way to get what he wants. He's got the guy that's at the safe, and don't worry, you could say it was me. You could press charges. Don't worry about it. You need me gone. Look, man, he made me manager. You've been working your ass off, and he's just talking.
Yeah.
And Timmy is just rattling the shit off, just on fire. No, all the confidence in the world, all the charm, charisma that this type of guy would have when he's seducing Kay, or when he's talking shit to her husband, and when he hops onto her movie set and just starts grabbing a knife and flipping around. Like, this guy's just oozing charm. He nailed this performance.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree. And to add on to your point about the stealing from the safe, like the $700 that he stole. Like, one of the biggest things, and we talked, I think we both kind of mentioned it too, is just like the conflict that's throughout the movie. And I gotta give a nod to Josh for just how creating the conflict throughout the movie. Like, we have the conflict of like the $700. There's the conflict obviously of like going after a married woman. We have conflict when they're in the bowling alley hustle. There's the conflict of like the dog, and then just kind of like the conflict of him with Rockwell. And it's so interesting to me that like after you go step back and kind of write it all down, it's just like it's all this separate conflict, but it all overlaps within each other, and it's just done so well. I'm curious.
Well, I have a similar point saying like that all those crazy events, and this is what I was talking about in the general thought, saying like this is a specific way that I think the writing was so well of why it all works is one, all these separate storylines, like the pregnant girl and like Rachel. You say Kay, Rockwell, the dog, all that stuff, they all matter to the story. It's not like we go over here and he does this thing and then he fixes that. Okay, now we move on to the next thing. They all impact where he ends up, and they all come and go throughout the movie. It's not like a linear story. So like all the crazy events create all these like loose threads of like people that he's run into or people that he's done wrong, and he that's going to come back to bite him. Like even the bathtub falling on that guy, and like, okay, now he's introduced to the story. This guy wasn't part of the story at all. Now that's another loose thread. Kay and her husband, the uncle at the shoe store, he comes back and has him arrested. Like all this stuff is all these loose threads. And just when they've been gone long enough from the story that we kind of forget about them, he brings them back in and they save the day or screw everything up and just throw a wrench in Marty's plans. And right when you calm down, maybe after he gets a win or something and we're calm, now here comes the guy with the dog saying, I got your girl in the car and I'm going to punch her stomach in. Like, oh my God, nothing could go right for this guy.
No, it's such an interesting style of, and that's why when I told you, like, remember, I don't know if you remember, but you asked me what were my thoughts on the movie, and I was like, I think I told you I liked it, and I was saying that like all I'm gonna say is that I really enjoyed the story structure. I don't know if you remember I said that to you, but I just find it so interesting, that style, to have it not be. And I saw Timmy say this in an interview, how he's like, yeah, Josh and them, they're so different the way they write stories. It's like they don't write it linear, like you were mentioning. They kind of just write all these aspects and can kind of just like throw them together. And it just makes it so interesting because it just really leaves you unsure of where a scene is going to end or if something's resolved or not. Right. It just keeps you on edge, which goes to that person's comment like, I'm glad it was done, because now I'm like, all right, I think everything's resolved. Like not expecting someone to jump out of the closet or something. It's like, yo, he's back.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that because like time-wise, the story is linear. It's not like it's jumping in chronologically around like a Tarantino movie, for example, but like the plot lines aren't linear. So it's like that's an interesting way of thinking about it. I mean, I even said it, just that not linear, but it still kind of is. But like the way that things are happening, it's the storylines that are popping in and out. Something's unresolved, and sometimes you think, okay, like in a lot of movies, like that's just that guy's gone, and we're following our main character, and this is a side character. He did his part of the journey and then he's done. And in this one, they're probably going to come back, but sometimes they don't too. Like Tyler, the Creator's character, he comes in, they do their hustle, they get in their fight, and then he doesn't really come back.
Yeah, no, that's
So
true.
sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. That's just keeps you on edge.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting just to do that. And I don't know where they got that style from, but like again, to your point, it's like there are these structures. And usually when people think non-linear, you're thinking like a Tarantino, like classic, like Pulp Fiction or even Kill Bill, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna show you the middle, and then I'm gonna show you the beginning later, and then I'll show you the end, like in the middle. You know what I mean? Where that is like the non-linear structure, but this is it's like usually you expect like when you see like this thing, oh, like this thing with the dog, okay, like we're gonna see this dog aspect, and then when he does it, he's gonna get his money from the dog, and then we're gonna be over with that. But it's just like, no, it gets stretched out, and it's like the dog runs away, and you think, okay, well, that's it. The dog's not coming back. Screwed that. That's not gonna work out. Now let's move on. But not only do we get the dog and more with the dog, we also get more with the guy who owns the dog. Like I was actually like, okay, I guess, and I thought it was gonna be weird. I was like, okay, I guess we're not. Did he just like over that hustle now, or? But to get it back, I was like, okay, I'm glad they brought it back, but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, these are all like loose threads of him trying to make money, because his whole goal is to make money so he can go on his trips and compete with Endo. And he tries this thing, doesn't work. He does the hustle. They get some money, but he's got to give half of it up. And he makes this deal with Rockwell, but then he doesn't want to do the deal because he's got to lose to him. And then he goes on this Globetrotter trip, which I read was actually true. Marty Reisman in real life did that. He toured around with Globetrotters doing halftime shows.
Yeah, I think I briefly saw that on the Wikipedia page, which I thought was kind of cool. I was like, this movie was doing like a little bit of like, this is kind of like the inception of what the Globetrotters, like when they started, because that would have been at the time apparently, which is interesting. Another
fact about the Globetrotters, I'll just throw in now, is in this movie, Kemba Walker and Tracy McGrady were two of the Globetrotters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're in the credits.
I didn't even catch that.
As Globetrotters.
I didn't even catch that.
And Timmy said on Carmelo's podcast, actually, that Joe Johnson was supposed to be in it. Mm-hmm. And he flew out but didn't show up to set, so he's not in it. And my guess was that he was maybe going to be a third Globetrotter. But
but what do you mean he flew out but didn't show up?
Like he flew out to wherever they were filming, but didn't show up to set.
That's okay. That's weird.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna have Joe Johnson. That's gonna be great." And then he's not here. Okay, never mind. I guess he's not gonna be in it.
Oh, he got cold feet or whatever. Interesting.
He was doing something else. He didn't think the movie was gonna be that big. Maybe he didn't really care. I don't know. But so the Globetrotter thing, he actually did that. Came back. And then his uncle comes, has him arrested, takes his money. So like he keeps getting money and then losing money. So all these, and then as soon as that happens, he's okay, what's the next thing that I could do? Oh, the dog thing, right? That guy is rich and I have the collar. Now let me go try and see the dog. And then just the fireworks that come from that, was not expecting any of that. It's a freaking shootout at the guy's house.
Yeah.
In a ping pong movie.
No, honestly, you could, thinking back with like that the dog plot, might be the most intense part of the movie, and you're not expecting it because the way it gets introduced to us, you think it was just a nothing burger. You see a guy walking, he's got a stinky dog, and I thought that was just like, to me, I actually thought it was like a cool way to have like a cameo of somebody. Like I couldn't tell who the person was, but I was like, oh, let's just have like this guy, kind of like maybe it could have been Josh. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is my way of getting in the movie. I'm just gonna have a stinky dog, and it's gonna be a nothing burger. But that ended up being such a big plot line for the movie, which is just interesting.
Yeah, when he goes, they go for the first time and the guy gets his gun out and then like, okay, no, we got to go. They drive like through the house and out in Deion's car that is not their car. So like that adds more anxiety to the mix. But then like when the next thing with the dog, I guess, is when she convinces the guy to like give her the money. Mm-hmm. And they show like a fake dog, right? They're like, oh, look, there's the dog. Give me the money. And then he's walking over, not giving her the money. And then they pull out guns and he stabs that guy. Like every single piece, even the start of this storyline is Timmy just falling through a tub, unprovoked. Like there was no lead up to that. He just launched through the floor, and then we got naked Timothée Chalamet climbing out trying to lift this tub up. Every part of the dog, you're right, was great. I didn't even think of that, but like every single one had fireworks.
Yeah, it was insane. And even to go with the like the mobster, I forgot his name, but like him stabbing that guy with the fake dog, like just it's just elevated the stakes so much where it's like, okay, this guy's real. He's not all talk like I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. He's just willing just to stab a dude in the middle of the street because he pissed him off. I'm like, this is wild.
Yeah, I think we're led to believe that that's like probably a mobster, like some kind of gang, maybe not leader, but gangster at least.
Yeah, that's what
Really
I
important to the
assumed
dog.
it as.
I
But
think so, especially all
yeah,
that cash in his bag.
yeah, exactly. And that's really made me. I was like, he's got cash. He's willing to stab a dude in the middle of the street. And it brings me to another point too, which it really reminds me of like the time period. And it brings me back to a thought I had when I watched The Godfather for the first time, where like no spoilers to anybody, but someone gets killed like not to say broad daylight, but it's in a public place. And you're watching like, yo, that's so wild. And it like really brings you back to like, oh yeah, this is the time. Nobody has cell phones. And like
Yeah.
obviously like you could still get caught, but like you could pop someone like in a restaurant and then walk out, and all people have is just like what he looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, here's a picture of the guy. You could just do something like that and just walk away.
Yeah, I know. I was watching, and there's like fingerprints isn't really a thing. You don't have to worry about that. Like I was watching the movie with Jordan, my buddy Jordan. Afterwards, he was like the cop that when Marty and Kay are in Central Park or whatever, and she gives them the necklace, then they start having sex and they get caught by the cops. So they had to give up the necklace. He's like, what, does he just take that in and said, I found this? I'm like, bro, this is 1950. He just puts that in his pocket.
Yeah.
Takes it home. Nobody says a damn thing. They don't have body cams. Nobody knows nothing about nothing.
I actually forgot that it was set in the 50s until like I was watching the movie.
I don't know why World War II stuff happened.
Yeah. Like once they started just like the context of the things that they were talking about, and I was like, oh, okay. For some reason I thought it was more 80s. I didn't think it was 50s.
Probably the music, like all the music in the movie itself and that what's attached like the market is all like 80s kind of music.
Yeah.
And I didn't look up like when Marty Reisman was actually around.
Oh, so you didn't realize either?
No, I didn't know. I knew it was like a period movie, but I didn't know what period exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's not necessarily hints. Like there's so much in it that like tells you like exactly what the time period is. Like even talking about the ban, like the ban on with Japan, and he's like, oh, how did he get over with the ban, like the travel ban? And I was like, what? I was like, what travel ban? And I was like, what year is it? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is like World War II. Like, is this like just off after World War II?
Yeah, because we see his guy when they're at the restaurant. He has the tattoo, the number tattoo. And he was in a concentration camp, and he tells this ridiculous honey story.
Oh my god!
like there's, it's like he sprinkles in like these elements of like just post World War II. So like you say, kind of when we are. But thank God he's Jewish, because some of the jokes that he was making in the storylines, would just not be okay otherwise.
No,
like that
definitely not. That's why that's funny. Like the Marty character saying it's okay, I'm Jewish is basically Josh saying it's okay, I'm Jewish. I can make that joke, which was hilarious. Which was hilarious because when he said that joke, everyone in the theater was like, oh, like can we laugh at that? And then when he said I'm Jewish, then everyone laughed. I'm just like, everyone was waiting for him to give the okay.
yeah. I have this as one of my notes, is just this scene in particular, because it's not my favorite scene. Maybe it is yours, but I'll talk about it anyways. The scene with Rockwell, because he starts off, he's trying to impress Kay, right? So he sees her across the restaurant, and he's talking to his buddy, and he's like, okay, look over there. I'm gonna keep looking at you. What's he doing? I'm gonna pay for their table. Okay, what's she doing now? Then we get the Holocaust honey story, which is just insane. The visuals, we get like a solid 30 seconds of just guys licking a naked man. Hairy ass dude with the
what makes it even worse too. You see the hair. I'm like, God bless those extras, man. I don't know if they were if that was a body double or they're actually licking a man. I hope the best for you guys' careers. I hope the best for you. You guys are committed. You guys are committed.
Timmy.
Maybe it was Timmy's body or Timmy licking.
No, it definitely wasn't Timmy's body. Could have been Timmy. I'm sure they wouldn't do that just because like it wouldn't make sense for him to be there in case someone noticed. But like, I mean, one shout out to Timmy is like for when he gets his cheek clapped, that's actually him.
Oh, Don't say cheeks clapped.
I mean, that's what happened.
I mean, anyone that sees the movie knows what you actually mean. But yeah. No, it's true. He did. They did get clapped
because he said that they were gonna do like a double, and he was like, "No, it's got to be me. It's got to be real."
Yeah, everyone on set's just like, all right.
And they even used a prop paddle. Well, I guess they're all prop paddles, but like a fake one, I guess, and it broke on the first hit. So they had to get a real one, and Kevin O'Leary was actually just like slapping his ass with a real paddle.
That's crazy. That's a commitment to the role.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, some of the quotes from that scene, dude. I'm gonna do to him what Auschwitz couldn't. I'm gonna finish him. Like what?
That's insane. Yeah.
What? You can't say that.
You can't. You can't say that.
Unless you have a Jewish director that says it's okay. You can say
exactly. No. Nowadays. I mean, people could, if this was a movie from the 2000s and the 90s, 100%, people were gonna make those jokes. But
then he talks about his son being killed. Well, if it's any consolation, I'm about to drop a third atomic bomb on the Japanese. I mean, Josh, you are not Japanese, so you can't no, it's okay, but like, holy shit.
Yeah, that one is pretty wild. I mean, in the essence of dark humor, I guess it works because you're having a bad character say a bad thing. You know what I mean? So we let it slide in that sense. But the other comment was wild.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I just made fun of like my own people.
Yeah.
So like we understand that it's a joke. So like
exactly.
I feel like everything's on the table. Like if he was just bashing Japanese people, then it's like, come on, dude. But like, you kind of spread it around. One more I have was you want to entertain the Japanese so badly, and they killed your son. And then he has the nerve to say, all right, now we're even. Because he was talking shit to him like, what? That is crazy. No, he keeps bashing his son throughout the whole movie, doing his wife. He's brutal.
The one thing to add on to the son thing that was crazy too is like it was a good hustle when he was talking about like, I'm calling about the meeting that I have with him. He's like, what meeting? He's like, we don't know about the meeting. And then the fact that he mentioned his son in that too, where he's just like, oh, you said you're like a friend of my son. What the hell's wrong with you?
That's so messed up.
I'm like, you want to work with this guy now at this point, and you're still doing little jabs.
See, but that's what this character is. That's why, like, this is why people are like, I don't want to root for this guy. Yeah, because he's a piece of shit. But like, because he does stuff like that. But that's what makes if he wasn't like this, then the movie would suck because it would just be over in 5 seconds. You know, he'd lose an opportunity and then it would just be done. No, this guy does not lose. He won't take no for an answer. You know, I need to get his location. What do I know about him? His son died in Korea, and I can use this as like I can use this on this woman that's gonna feel sorry for him. That's so awful. And then he gets to meet him, and like you say, he doesn't want to help him at this point. No. Why would Rockwell want to help him after he's just been bashing his son? But he just keeps talking. He's like, no, this is gonna be a very fruitful thing. You know, you're gonna make a lot of money from this. And he just keeps talking, gets in the car, and earns himself the ride to Japan. Just fantastic stuff. So entertaining.
Oh, so entertaining. And to give even more on that character, why it's such like a complex where it's like you should, like, the people say like, I don't know if I could like him. And like it's the fine line of the humor that comes with him and just him being such like a good hustler that makes you think that, because otherwise you just be like, no, I just don't like that character. But the fact that people are like, am I supposed to like this character? Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like the stuff, all the stuff with Rockwell's wife, like even like when he's like on the phone with her and he's just being all smooth and stuff like that. When he's like, oh, look out the window, I'm gonna make an apple appear. She's like, he just whips an apple. It's just stupid. It like makes you laugh. Or it's like, you don't like this guy, but he's making you laugh. So it's just like, oh man, I got to give that to him.
That is a good point. I think as well, like people just walk into a movie and kind of assume like this is the main character and we're following him, so he's the good guy and we're supposed to root for him. But that's not always the case. No. You can have a movie where the bad guy is your main character, and this is one of those movies. And like, if you walk into the final match with Endo or any of his matches and you're like, I don't like this guy, I want him to lose, that's fine. Then he's the villain, and the good guy can be everybody else or whoever you want it to be. But that, just to assume that the main character is a good guy that you want to win, that's just not true all the time.
No, definitely not. And I wanted to bring it back to the talk about this. Well, that's not bringing it back. Actually, it's the scene when his dad gets the cop to come in, and I love that scene too because I was so confused the whole time. I was like, oh, is this a real situation? And even Marty's just like, he's like, I know how much is he paying you, whatever it is, and it's like I was thinking, it's like maybe this is real because $700 is a lot of money. Like I looked up, I think the equivalent is like eight. It's like I think it's like $8,000 or something like that, like with inflation. So like that's a lot of money, and maybe it was owed to him. Like I don't really know. Like he could just be lying, and he just feels like it's owed to him, but it's not actually. And just that dynamic was hilarious to me because it was like, okay, this is serious. I'm gonna take him in. Okay, no, he brings him back. It's like, no, actually take him in. And then he uncuffs him. Then he gives him the money at the end. I'm just like, okay, so this was,
yeah,
a setup.
It was a setup. But you're right. I mean, we don't. I'm not gonna say like we don't know if it's true. Like I kind of thought he was as soon as the uncle came in the room. I knew he was in on it. But you're right. Like whether he's in on it or not, you still stole $700 at gunpoint. Yeah, like that's still illegal. So it's basically his decision of like, do I let him go because he's family and give him another chance, or let this officer do what he's actually supposed to do and arrest this guy? And then he runs out the window. He hides in like the garbage and all this. Just he doesn't lose, man.
No, he doesn't lose. I do got to mention because I don't know how this has any more awards, so I got to mention it now. What's it called? I don't know what you even call it. Where it's like this very like stylish intro that happens in some of like the Safdie brothers movies, and the way they went into this one with him with the sperm. Just the sperms floating to the egg, and that's the intro of the movie. It's like an Uncut Gems when it's like we're in freaking Adam Sandler character's ass as he's and then we come out of it, and that's when we realize like, oh, we were in a prostate exam the whole time, like inside his body. Like that is just such an interesting way to start a movie.
It's just it's a specific style. It's just like an artsy thing, but it's also kind of making fun of like the artsy thing too, because it's a sperm going into an egg, or like you say, like a camera in someone's butt. Like you take this, oh, look at this, such clear messaging and so much subtext under the surface. Nah, we're just getting omega microscopic close-ups of. Honestly, I was learning a little bit, like the way it finds its way into the egg, and I mean, I knew that, but like the very very microscopic stuff of like the exact hole that it goes into I was learning, man.
Nah, I feel you because like that's some stuff that maybe you saw in health class like a long time ago, but I'm not doing a rewatch on that. So that's leaving my mind. So I'm like, okay, I forgot that's how it is. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
Educational. Right. And then we get a dope ass, I called it a Family Guy moment when he hits the ball and then it like pauses across the screen, the Marty Supreme ball.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't say it, but it was dope.
No, it's true. But that's a nice title card. Having that, and then it keeps spinning, and then did it turn into a moon or something? What did it segue into after that? I forgot. It's been a while since.
Wasn't it was part of the? It was a part of a match, right? Like I think it, like he hits the ball and it comes and it slows down and it's spinning, and then it continues,
maybe right. And then it just continues, right? Okay. I think so, yeah. I thought it transitioned into another scene after that, but I think I probably just transitioned right back into the ping pong.
Can't remember exactly.
Right. I didn't get to rewatch it, so I'm still going off of like 3 weeks ago's memory. So I can't remember but I'll take your word because you saw it more recently.
But the orange ball, like in general, did you think that was going to be more part of the story?
I thought it was good. I did, especially when Deion introduced it and he was showing him I made these. I thought there was going to be like a segment of the movie that was going to be dedicated to like how do we get this into market? You know what I mean? Like how do we get this? Yeah, but there wasn't really much.
That's where I thought the whole Rockwell story was going. So because he pitches it to him, right? And then he shows up to the match. Marty sees him when he's playing with the guy that he knows, his friend, and he's wiping the floor with him. So he's like, all right, let's have some fun with this one. And they're going through their legs, and he's like blowing the ball up, and like they're doing all this cool stuff, and the crowd gets into it. So I think he was doing that to like show a possible investor, like, look, this is actually like marketable. People are into this. This is cool. And then he was trying to build that connection and then be like, okay, I got the orange ball. And then he was going to get him to invest and like get it out into marketing. That's where I thought it was going. Didn't
Yeah.
end up being that. And I actually looked it up to see if like Marty Reisman, because it's Marty Mauser in the movie, but the real guy's name is Marty Reisman, if he was actually involved in like the introduction of the orange ball in real life. And from what I saw, not at all. So that was just like something that was in the movie, but like not really developed. I don't know. To me, like I thought it would be more. I don't know if that actually knocks anything off of the movie because, like I said, it's just an expectation from marketing, but felt a little useless maybe just with Deion in his room.
Yeah, like I guess I don't know. They just wanted to attach themselves to something, I guess. And you know what else made it feel 80s too? The whole Wheaties box thing.
Yeah, true.
Because that was like I feel like that was more of an 80s thing. I don't even know if Wheaties was even around in the 50s. I don't know. Probably. I didn't look it up, but that felt like more of an 80s thing to me for whatever reason. But yeah, I saw Josh in an interview talk about how I mean it's not a biopic like in any in like
not at all.
Yeah, it's more so like he took the inspiration from that guy and like loosely created a world around kind of his personality and what he was, which was interesting because when it first came out, I thought it was more of a biopic, but then I'm realizing it's more of like his own interpretation of what it could have been with some loosely real things in there. Like we talked about the influence of like World War II and kind of like the ping pong scene at the time, Globetrotters. Like there's a lot of real aspects of the movie, and it stays legit to like what people are wearing and all that stuff. But as far as the things that happen, it's just like him and the other writer, I forgot his name. I didn't have his name on written down here, but it's just off the dome for them. You look.
Yeah, I mean it's Ronald Bronstein is the other one.
Ronald Bronstein.
Okay, help with the writing, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely. I think I kind of thought it was a biopic too at first, just because we've been getting a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, kind of just what I assumed. And then in the trailer, it's definitely like dramatic. You see him running through the street, and I think the music helps too. But like, it seems like it's juiced up. But I mean, all biopics are a little bit. So like,
yeah,
I didn't know exactly. But like, once you watch the movie, I was like, there's just no way that this happened in real life. There's just not a chance. And like a lot of it isn't true. Basically, it's like you say, the Globetrotters, the World War II stuff, and the hustling, like just in general.
Yeah.
Like Marty Reisman was a hustler. Like he would tell, play a couple games with someone, lose, and then double the money and beat the shit out of them. He'd be like, oh, I'll spot you 12 points and I'll just kill you. Like all that stuff was true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting. I like I like the showman aspect of it too. Like you were talking about how I thought that was cool. I was like, okay, like he's like, let's just do this. Let's go like do these cool shots back and forth. And there's like, like people are here to see a show, right? They see the competition, but let's also juice it up a little bit. It's almost like an all-star game type stuff. All right, you give me throw the lob off the backboard, you guys let me dunk it kind of thing. Like I thought that was a cool aspect of it where I was like, I wonder how much that part was. I mean, he did the Globetrotter thing, but like I wonder how much of being a showman was part of it.
Yeah, I read that he was like, he wore extravagant clothes and like he was very he like was quite a showman. I don't think in like official competition he ever did that like they do in the movie. I'm sure that wasn't real because that was like his friend. Yeah. So, and like I said, he was beating the crap out of him, so he knew he wasn't going to win anyways. But like, I don't think any of that was actually real.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Real competition, anyways.
I wonder how much it was real with like I mean, obviously now, a lot of the Asian countries are really good at ping pong, but I wonder if it really happened like that, where it was just one guy that came through and became like a hero. I don't know if you saw anything about that in like your research. And then it just was like, oh snap! Like now the Japan's getting involved in ping pong.
I did see that Endo. It was inspired by a real Japanese player.
Okay.
I didn't read too much into that Japanese player, but I guess some of that aspect is true. But I did read that Endo is played by Koto Kawaguchi.
Okay.
Who's a real life Japanese table tennis champion, and he's actually deaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. That's another aspect I really enjoy about certain directors when they get like really deep into the casting like that.
Mm.
Because I mean, you can still do the other thing where if you get someone just to play a deaf person or just play someone to play someone that's ping pong, but just to go get the real life, it makes me think of like The Wire, which I've never actually watched the show, but I just remember people saying that like, oh, we actually got a drug dealer to play a drug dealer, like a past drug dealer to play a drug dealer, or like in Uncut Gems, like, oh, we actually got people that actually worked in jewelry places to be in it, because just then it just makes it way more authentic. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, just be yourself, like just act like how you would act if this happened. It's like it's a lot less work, and it obviously like the acting chops may not be there, but at least you know it's authentic, and it sometimes it just comes off across the screen better that way.
Yeah, I think for Endo it worked because he kind of has like a cold and stiff personality,
Mm-hmm.
being just anyways, we don't learn that much about him, but
Yeah,
what
no, we don't.
what I think anyways is that he's singularly focused like on this ping pong thing, and he's deaf,
Mm-hmm.
so he doesn't like, crack jokes or anything
Yeah.
like that. He's just kind of in his own bubble for a lot of it, which is what
Mhm.
they say is like his advantage, right? He can just block
Yeah.
out all the noise and focus on ping pong, which
Mm.
I wonder if there's any validity to that. Like I said, the real guy is deaf. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
actually a
true.
competitive advantage, but and the language barrier. So like when Timmy or when Marty is convincing him, he's like, no, that was a real game, or that was a fake game. We got to do a real one. You want to be
Yeah.
his puppet? Look what he's doing to you. He's just turning you into a marketing thing. No, this is real. This is our sport that we love. Again, this guy just talking his way,
Yeah.
finessing what he wants, getting what he wants, finesses himself into a real game. And then, so like the language barrier, I think it works that you have someone that is actually is that person.
Yeah.
So because he wouldn't really be acting normal because he's not understanding what the guy's telling you.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I think another aspect I liked about that too is like the little cut that we got when like after he won, and then we got the cut to Japan and showing him like it like with the subtitles and him being a hero. It's just like a little thing, which is like I was like, oh, I thought that was good. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about.
Not exactly, to be honest. The cut of
It's
who
after
of Endo being a
Yeah, it's like after
hero?
he wins, then they do like this like cut of like it would have been like a TV channel, like a news report where
I
it's
know what you're
like,
talking
oh,
about
he
now.
beat the American, he came back, and he comes back as a hero, and it's like you're watching like a TV channel like in Japan or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it went for pretty long too. It's like they did the whole thing on it, and then we just cut back, and I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're talking about the first time he beat Marty. I was thinking
Yeah,
of
the
like
first time.
because
No,
the
no,
second
not this.
well, I guess Marty wins the second time.
Yeah.
And then he's the one that like falls over and he's all elated. To me, I thought like he was breaking down because he achieved his goal of beating Endo. Like, we think that his goal is to be like world champ, right? And make a bunch of money and sell these ping pong balls and whatever. And he gets to Japan, and then Rockwell comes over after he does this whole stunt to get a real match. And he's like, I'm not paying you, right? He's like, yeah, I know you're not paying me. I don't even care about that. Like, I don't even think he cares about that. He's like, I got a free ride to Japan.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Endo in a real match. This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
And now that I beat him, I know personally that I'm better than him. Because he even says after, he says, "Good luck in the championship. I hope you win." I think he's saying that because he's like, because if you win, then I know
then
I'm the best.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. That's like that thing when your team loses in whatever sport in the playoffs, and you lose to the team that won the whole thing. You feel a little bit better.
True.
Because it's like, okay, we lost to the champs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one else could beat them, kind of thing. Versus you just lose to a guy that get bounced in the second round or whatever it is. You're like, oh, okay, well,
yeah, you don't want that.
But no, you definitely don't want that.
What do you think of Rachel and her husband? Like that whole storyline.
I thought it was interesting, and I think the misdirection is what really got me. Like that of the fake black eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get like I did not see that coming at all. Like when we get in the whole storyline, I was like, okay, this happens a lot in movies, and not even like a bad way, where it's like we're having like this romance aspect of it. But I was like, what's gonna make this different than, I don't know, just like a cookie cutter? Like that's the girl on the side, and then she's gonna be away, and then when he comes back, it's like, hey, can we finally be together? But it's this dynamic of like, oh, now she's in on the hustle, which I thought was great too, with her like faking the crying and then just like immediately stopping. And he's like, oh, that was good. Like, you did a great performance. Yeah. Like, thank you. But then the fact, that she faked the black eye, and I was like, yo, that's crazy for so many reasons. One, because You lied about getting beat, and what Marty did, and just clocked the dude, messed up his face, and he did that for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I thought actually happened from that, because he hit him with something. I don't know what it is. It's like
it was like a trophy or something,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
So I thought like he was gonna close the door and he killed him.
Oh,
like he didn't know, but like he like a brain injury, and then he just bled out because he's alone in his apartment. Yeah. Because then when Rachel, when she goes back to the house, because he finds out about the makeup, and he's like, all right, well, just go home. Just go home. They have that's actually a really good scene that I liked when they're having their back and forth. She's like, no, like I still want to be with you. Like she's right for him, because like you say, she's hustling just as much as he is. They belong together. But he's like, no, just go home. So she goes home, and like we get a slow introduction to her stepping into the apartment. She's walking across the room. I thought she was gonna see him like dead on the floor or something. And he was just like chilling in bed, and she says, it's not your baby, and she leaves. But that's kind of where I thought that went.
Yeah, then he started flipping out, and I didn't know what he was gonna do at that point. I was like, "Are we about to see like
beat her for real?"
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know. There was a lot there, which I agree. The back and forth was interesting to me because there was so much of like, I don't know what's going on here, and I liked the fact that they ended up making her a hustler, because before I was like, why is this like? It seems like this sweet girl likes this guy who's just like a piece of garbage. But it's like they said they've been friends for a while, so I was like, okay, maybe it's like this. He changed into this, and like when we were kids, we were just kids. But it's like, okay, you're just similar. You're very similar in this mindset with him, and now we're seeing it.
Yeah, when they're doing the 2-man on Deion, like, no, you got to get out of here. He's like, oh, you're gonna put a pregnant lady out of the street. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's brutal. So good. And again, it's the building the tension, which is so great. I always think back to the scene in Uncut Gems when like the guys are like stuck in the booth, and then everyone's arguing. He's like, yo, let us out here, arguing. And it's the same thing. Like Deion's like, yo, be quiet. They're screaming. Like, my parents are sleeping. They could come at any time. You're like, are they gonna come at any time? Are they gonna kick them out? They just keep screaming. He's like, oh, you don't leave a pregnant lady. Like, they're so good at building the attention in the scene like that. And I'm just like, oh man, like I understand why that person's like, I can't wait for this to end, because there's a lot of scenes, especially the tub falling down. Like everyone's going crazy, like, oh, like his hands, like see the bone out. You're like, oh, and everyone's just screaming in the room, like, what do we do? Like the ceiling's coming down. It's great.
And then he goes back downstairs. He's like, no, I'm here to get my money back. He's like, I told you not to take a shower if you go on this floor. I'm not giving you no money. And then the guy's yelling and then the paramedics show up. Where is the guy? And there's just so much going on.
So much.
The dog. He's got to figure out stuff with the dog. Yeah. It's just, it's mania. But then you have this character in the middle of it in Marty being like, he's going to do something. He's going to figure something out that like, okay, all of this has gone to shit, but I'll go see Rockwell and I'll get something figured out. Or I'll call my girl Kay and I'll seduce her before her play, and just something's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the last thing I will say too, another scene was when the hustle, like after him and Tyler's character hustles those guys, and they're at the gas station and they see them together and they're with the dog. That was another scene where it was built up. Like they're just smashing on their car, and they're like, yo, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Like that was another like intense moment. And then the dog runs away, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
That's like it just opens up another loose thread as soon as the dog runs away. Cause like the story is going in this direction, and then bop, something. It's like it's like you remove an infinity stone and create a new timeline kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like and then a lot of movies, you have stuff like that, but you just kind of like get the audience to assume that like, oh no, they found the dog, or like someone picked him up and he's at a pound or something. Like, no, it's going to come back and we're going to resolve this.
Yeah. No,
like are there still any loose ends, unresolved stuff? Like even Karen, when he drops her off, so she gets shot in this shootout and she starts going into labor. He brings her to the hospital. I was like, okay, that's the end of her story. He brought her to the hospital. Like, that's a fine conclusion, right?
No,
like
100%.
She's in the hospital. Yeah, she got hit with a little bit, but she's all right. That's where she ends. No, he's going to come back and see her and then have this final moment with who we assume is his child.
Yeah, that's exactly how I wrote it too. We assume it's his child. Like, because I don't like the way he was looking at the baby too. I was almost wondering where he was going to be like, that's not my kid. But I was like, you won't be able to tell though.
No.
unless it's black. And then he'd be like, that's not my kid. That's the only way. But if you're just seeing another white kid, it's just like, this is literally a brand new baby. Like that literally could be your kid.
Yeah.
Because I saw people, because there was people in the theater saying like, I don't know, it doesn't look like him. I'm like, what?
It's a movie, guys.
Not only is it a movie, but it's like, I don't know if like the kid is gonna look like anybody at that point.
Yeah.
It's literally a brand new baby. If anything, that clearly wasn't a brand new baby, because brand new babies look like aliens. They literally don't look like nothing.
Yes.
There's no way you could be like, yeah, he's got my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want someone to say, "Oh, it looks like you." That means your face is messed up because you look like you just got squeezed out of a birth canal. Like, yeah, newborns do look
like they don't look
good.
like anybody yet. Yeah, they're not formed. But there is, I guess it is resolved in the sense of like Kay's character, like there's no like bookend on that, but it basically is done. Like last time they see each other, really, it's like, which another aspect I like too is with the whole necklace thing. Like he gets the first necklace, he takes it, he realizes it's just a prop, and he's just like, it's a prop. And it's one of those things like you think he got it, it's just like, this is a prop. He's like, of course it's a prop.
Yeah.
And then he gets the second one.
That's the thing of this movie is like he does something and it works out for him, and we're like, okay, this is how he affords this thing. And then something goes wrong, and like, no, this is not how he affords this thing. He's got to do something else. And like when they're having sex in the shower and he unhooks it, I was like, it's like oh, okay, I see what he's doing. And then the guy's in there, he's digging, I got it, and he's just on the phone. Like it's crazy because this guy's such a hustler and like he's always working on like the next thing. It's not like he has all of his chips in this basket or all of his eggs in this basket where he's like, okay, I need that necklace. Like he's not breathing down the guy's neck like, I need to get it. He's on the phone doing something else, and the guy's like, I got it, and he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's but if that didn't work out, he's still working on another thing.
Yeah, he's on to the next play. He's like, okay, I got this play lined up. All right, now what's the next play I'm working on? Yeah. It's like it's very much like that. And with the second necklace too, it's like, okay, she's gonna give me a second necklace. I convinced her, perfect, and I'm gonna go get it. Oh, it's not a good time, and she just got a bad review, and you're just like, dang, what's the next play? Now I gotta go downstairs and work on the next play and get my cheeks clapped, as you put it. That's the next play.
That's the next play. I mean, he ran out of plays. He tried it with the dog. He tried it with Kay. He tried it with his uncle at the shoe store. He tried it with everything, and is like, this is all I got. I gotta come like begging and groveling to this guy because he's not above that. This guy will do whatever it takes, and a lot of times it works out by taking advantage of other people. But when all that luck runs out, I got to take advantage of myself or let myself get advantage of and get embarrassed in front of these guys. But I'm willing to do it because I will do anything to get what I want.
Yeah, true. And I agree with Jacob. I think I definitely would have some hesitation in getting my cheeks clapped. But in Marty's defense, he doesn't know these guys. So like, these guys that I don't even know, I probably will never see again, saw me get my ass smacked. It's not like my girl and my mom and my dad were there. Then I think maybe he would have thought about twice about it, but like, nah, I can't do that. That's crazy. I don't know anybody here.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's
a better alternative. Yeah, I'm putting you on the line here. You getting your chest in front of strangers? You can at least agree that it's better in front of strangers than in front of loved ones.
Yeah, you're right.
People give you the side eye. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's my husband. Wrong. That's my husband. He got his cheeks clapped. That's why we have this house. But.
Yeah. Do you think? So at the end, like with the baby and Rachel, do you think he's like the future events of Marty?
Yeah.
Do you think he stays like a hustler? Him and Rachel are still hustling, or like now he achieved his goal, he beat Endo, and now he's gonna like live clean and like be a good dude, or like he's still just a hustler?
I think he's still a hustler, and part of me thought the way the movie was gonna end, I didn't think they were gonna show a black kid, but I thought they were gonna show like a kid, and he was gonna be like, I don't know if that's my kid, and then you'd see him like run out to continue like hustling or something. It didn't end like that, but to me, in my mind, I'm like, I think he's gonna. I don't know if the kid is enough for him to stop being who he is. At least not at first.
I think you're right. The only thing that makes me feel like he did change is his reaction to seeing it. And again, shout out to Timmy, like another great moment, like just him seeing it, like crying, and it was great acting. Yeah. So I feel like we never saw him do anything close to that throughout the rest of the movie. We never saw him feel bad about Kay getting a bad review or Rachel getting beat. I mean, he got mad, but he wasn't like sad about it or anything. And like, so all the people around him that he's supposed to care about never made him feel anything even close to that. And this baby did. So I feel like that's something.
No, that's true. That is a telling sign. That's why I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. That's why I say at first. Because I don't know if you can just take the whole hustler out of you. You know what I mean? I mean,
that's fair.
Maybe I've never looked at my own child, so maybe it can. I have heard some people talked about like, oh, like as soon as I saw my son, like a lot of things like just changed, like when you hold them in your mind. So maybe it can't happen that quickly. I don't know. Maybe one day, hopefully, I can find out. But
you haven't seen your kids. You never look them in the eye.
Yeah, exactly. When I finally, when I finally hold one of them, maybe. Well, that's why I'm staying away.
You gotta keep hustling.
Exactly. I'm not ready to change yet. Hopefully they don't know. That's why I keep moving. And with the podcast, I don't want them to be like, I think I know where that is. You'll never know where I am, kids. Yeah, sorry.
Never pin down that location.
You could never pin down the location. What was I gonna ask before that? I lost my train of thought. Talking about the kids, but
that's okay. I did wanted to mention one last thing was like the scene with, because we see it twice when they go to see the dog at the guy's house, and it confused me a bit. Was like the guy itself, like why is he being so protective of this dog? He's like, no, there's no dog here. Like I don't know. I never found no dog. That's my dog, and it's like, no, it's not. Like why are you bringing a gun out and shooting people and having a full on like Django shootout in your house at the end of this movie? But I will say I did see that where the guy's looking in the window is like, can you see anything? Nah. Boom, gets his head blown off. Did not see that. In the bathtub were the two like. Did not see that coming.
100%. Where I was like, "Oh my god!" Because especially with the bathtub, and I'll say more about. I'll talk on the point. That seeing his hand broken, like his arm broken like that, I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know we're gonna go there." Yeah. But as far as him just being this angry gunslinger, like it was just. I guess that was just it. We're just gonna have this guy being angry. It didn't really make sense. I agree. I was like, "Why is he so protective?" Part of me was thinking, I was like, "Is there a mix-up? Does he just have the same dog?" Because like similar, like someone could have the same breed of dog. There's not one of each dog on the planet. So maybe it actually is his dog. But I don't know why he was so protective. Like, get off my property, which is fine. Yeah, tell people to get off your property. But to argue that, no, that's what dog, and we can hear it barking. So like, all right. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. That was one thing I didn't like as much. Another thing I didn't like is overall I love the movie, but there's still some stuff that we talk about I didn't love. The ending, I didn't love the ending, not like the very end with the baby, but like at the Rockwell's like not charity, but like promotional event or whatever. Yeah. I found it kind of I mean, I mentioned that like the ping pong, I just kind of didn't care as much about it. Like this movie is moving so fast outside of all the ping pong stuff. It's Marty trying to figure out how he's getting from point A to point B, taking advantage of this person, making a deal here, doing all this crazy stuff. And that stuff is fantastic. And then we get to this final scene where he finally makes it to the event and he's waiting in line, and then they have their fake match, and then he's got to convince them everything kind of slows down and like stops in this scene for like the climax of the movie. But what was really great about it was the chaotic nature of everything moving around. So it didn't work for me as much, that last scene.
That's fair. And I said I'd have to agree with you. Like I wasn't excited about the ping pong parts. Like when they came up, I was kind of like, all right, let me see where they go with this. Let's see if they do something different. It's like it's a sports movie. There's like a formula to sports movies, kind of like with the your character falling and rising kind of thing. But I thought it was interesting that they actually had him not be eligible to go. Like that's not like, this feels like it was leading up to that. Like this whole hustle is to get there, and like you're not being able, you can't do it. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's just matter of fact, like you're not going to be in it. And it's like, oh, I don't care if you have the money, you wasted your time. Right. I was like, all right. Like I almost felt like he was talking to us. It's like, you guys wasted your time to being invested in his journey because he's not making it. I'm like, all right, well, what's he gonna do then? He's gonna at least try to get his get back. He's like, I need to get my lick back. I need to beat this guy. if I can't at least do it in the tournament. And he did that, which I didn't expect him to try to run it back immediately and be like, no, that was a fake game. I didn't expect him to do that right there either. So those aspects of the ping pong part surprised me, and I was actually like, oh, okay, I'm kind of interested to see where they go with this.
That's fair. I think it does. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense because you're right. Like when you get there and he's like, no, you're not going in the tournament. You're right. I didn't expect that. We're led to believe, even though like we really should expect that, because the whole movie has been like, okay, he got the necklace, he's good, and then he doesn't have the necklace, and he stole it. Oh, it's fake jewelry. Oh, he's got this deal, but like everything gets messed up. Yeah. So we should have assumed that like when he gets there, something's gonna get messed up. But you're right. I didn't expect that either. I was expecting the climax of this movie to be at the big championship game, because like you said, that's the formula to sports movies. That's the way it goes. Well, so they go a different direction with it. But the ping pong itself, like, I don't know, I just didn't care.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And honestly, the only reason it did make me care just a little bit, because that they had him not go to not being eligible to go to the tournament. There was a little part of me that I was like, is he gonna lose this another time, like in this rematch, and he's just gonna go like spiral even more, and like because like that this character is just so like all over the place. Like maybe a loss would be something that brings it into another direction where we don't know. So I was a little invested in the actual game, because I was like, I could see him losing because things don't go right for him. So maybe because this isn't like a normal sports movie, maybe he could lose this again, and I'm curious to see how he'd react. So I was actually pretty invested, at least with that part of the ping pong like story of like, I want to see what they're gonna do here, how he's gonna react to the win or the loss, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that's interesting, and I agree with you. But I think so basically you're interested in the outcome of the scene, not the scene itself.
No,
and
exactly.
That's kind of my issue with it, is that like it really slows down, and then we're watching these two guys play ping pong, and like it's really not that exciting.
Yeah.
And there's a whole, I mean, it was kind of cool, like the whole like revolution of the guy be like, no, real game. The one guy stands up, real game, and then they all get juiced up for it. So, but I, like just all that stuff, like I was interested to see what happens, but I wasn't very interested to see it happen, if that makes sense.
That's fair. No, I think it perfectly makes sense, and I think that kind of relates to most sports movies, especially I think from our lens of people that watch a lot of sports. And I think there's a beauty of like sports where it's just like anything can happen, and like it's kind of tough to watch a movie where, because like most directors don't add in those things where it's like of that element of anything can happen, like this guy dribbles the ball off his foot, or like, you know what I mean, or like a crazy shot gets hit, or like you know, like all these things are just like, you don't like LeBron's block, you know what I mean? Like if that happened in a movie, for whatever reason, it doesn't feel as strong, you know what I mean? But like when you see it in sports, there's like all this like background to it, unless you build up this legacy of like this specific athlete, and then they do this thing that doesn't feel, you know, I don't know. I just think in movies, I mean, not all, but at least the ones I think of, sometimes that fact that you know it's a movie, and like these perfect like pass, like slow motion swish, it's like it takes a little bit out of the juice out of it.
Yeah. And I mean, ping pong already is not like the most exciting sport to me anyways. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people that love it. But so yeah, it just
no, it's fair.
I think there was more interesting stuff with like the paddle too, like in that first tournament where he's got a different paddle. What is that? What's one side's foam? Like nobody else is doing that. I thought that was going to be like he was going to go to the rule committee or something and be like, that's not legit. Like he argues, but he's not really arguing about the paddle. He doesn't even ask about it. Yeah. He's just kind of like, whoa, what the heck? What is that? And everyone's wowed by it. I thought there would be more there too.
Yeah, no, it's you're making a lot of great points, and I agree with you. Like I wasn't completely locked into the actual gameplay, but yeah, no, 100. I get you. I mentioned my part too. I had like one thing I said that didn't like work with me,
right? Yeah,
and for whatever reason, I don't know why, it was the initial interaction with Rachel and Marty, like the way he kind of like went in there and kind of like, we're just gonna do it in the back, and like that's how he gets her pregnant. That's how we get the little intro thing. I don't know why. I just didn't buy it. I don't in the sense of like, maybe it makes more sense now after you get more context of the characters, like and who they are. But like just on its face of like seeing Marty's character and just like going in and like wielding that girl like that. I don't know if for a reason I was just like, I don't I'm just not buying this. I don't know.
Just because he's like just some lame shoe salesman.
Yeah, that's
you don't
what I'm
think he's just like having girls come to his work, sneak their way into the back just for him to hit?
Yeah. It just I did not with more context later on. It made sense to me, but to open it off that way, I just wasn't buying. I was like, I don't know about that.
Were you buying him and Kay?
At first, I wasn't.
On the phone.
It was
like you said, like
it was
throwing
smooth talking,
throwing the apple. That was hilarious.
Yeah, and I think it's because with the Kay thing, especially the way they had her, was like she was an actor who was big, and now she's like on like older, and this is her kind of like, oh, I bought that because it's like, oh, let me going after the young guy, you know, it's like kind of like chasing youth kind of thing. So I bought that, but the thing with Rachel, for whatever reason, like I don't know why it didn't work with me. And I don't even know if that's like a Timmy thing. I don't know if that's a Timmy thing. Like, not saying like he can't get a girl or anything like that. But I think it's him as a shoe salesman. Like in that scenario, I just wasn't like, I don't know about this dude if he can move like that.
if you're listening, you're a shoe salesman. I apologize on behalf of us because I'm sure you pull. I'm sure you're a very attractive, handsome person. Apparently, Deion doesn't think so.
Maybe that's on me because now I'm thinking about like a modern day version. If you're a guy that's like works at like a Champs or a Foot Locker, you probably have some pull. You'd be like, yo, girl, you feeling those new Caitlin Clarks or whatever? 50% off. Like they're like, word? All right,
yeah.
I just go to the back. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know why that wasn't working with me. But I had to write that down and just be honest about it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other points? Any notes?
No, I don't. I just because I was talking about the robbing the shoe store scene earlier. I just wanted to mention I like the ending of the scene, like Marty talking his way through it was great. And then when the guy that's like holding the safe, his coworker or whatever, he's getting talked into it. You can see him slowly like starting to buy this story or whatever and get into it. And he says, "I'll even give you $100 when I'm back." And then he just says, "Done." And then a quick cut close up of the dial on the safe turning, opening the door, and the camera's moving with it. I thought that was really cool, a cool piece of filmmaking. And and Marty also in that scene is the other guy is like, if you shoot me in the leg, you're going to jail for the next few years. Well, then I'll shoot you in the head. Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
That was tough.
That's a tough line. I like that.
But that was a good scene.
Do you have any like I got a game for you. I told you at the beginning I got a game. So I don't know if you want me to jump into the game before facts. Oh, you worked your
facts in, so let's do it.
Okay, let's get right into it. Game I got for you is 2 truths and a lie. And unfortunately, one of the facts is something that you said earlier.
Okay,
so you already, so I got one. So you narrowed it down a little bit, but maybe I can still get you. So
okay,
these 2 truths and a lie are all Timmy related. So I'll just say them off, and the last one is the one that you said. But the first one is that Timothée spent 2 months with a coach to perfect the Marty squinting like glassy look, because Timmy wears glasses. Not Timmy, sorry. Marty wears glasses. The second one is Timmy trained ping pong for years, even on additional movie sets. So outside, like when he was doing Dune and other movies like that. And then the last one is Timmy took real paddle shots instead of getting a stunt double, as you know is real. So now you just got to narrow it down to 2. Which one do you think is the lie?
This is
you can talk it out.
Yeah, I mean this one. Yeah, I know the paddle thing, and I got to be honest. I read that he was working for like him and Safdie had a relationship, and then Josh read this book. So he started talking about Timmy, about the process, and I read that he immediately started trading with the ping pong. So I believe that is true. I'm going to say he did not work for months with a coach on getting the perfect eye squint.
You are correct. That is the lie.
Yeah, and, that was a little cheap. I already knew those 2.
Well, it's not cheap. It's just you just happen to know it. And if anything, it's on me. I should have dug a little harder. I should have went the Timmy route, because I feel like those are the facts he probably would. I should have went on like some like a deep cut on like, I don't know, like Tyler the Creator's ish like stuff with the movie. They probably wouldn't have known that.
Yeah,
But
true.
that's on
Because
me.
I mean, because that's the thing is like like that I'm researching stuff for the movie too, right? So like you got to find some really niche, weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I got it. I don't know,
Yeah, you
but it's
got
still
it.
a good game for the listener. Maybe they didn't get it.
No, that's true. And the lie was the lies are always based off truths. So, and I just twist them a little bit. So like he wore 10 plus contact lenses to blur his vision, then also wore negative 10 prescription glasses on top. So my man blinded. Yeah.
That I didn't know. Holy shit.
Man completely blinded himself for this role. So you could barely see when he was during this whole movie, basically. Whenever, especially when he's wearing glasses. Yeah, during the whole movie.
Oh my God.
Like when he's wearing the glasses was when he was really blind. When he had the glasses, well, actually, did he ever have his glasses off?
Not really.
So he was just blind. He's basically blind the whole movie. That's
damn.
I know. This guy got his cheeks clapped. He was blind. Like it's a lot of commitment that Timmy put
Maybe you'd
into
rather
this,
be
man.
blind. You don't want to see what's going on, you know? You'd rather just kind of like close your eyes and forget that it's happening.
That's very true. But yeah, that's all I think that's all I got. I don't know if you said all your facts, right?
Yeah, you got anything interesting?
The only one I thought was kind of interesting was just with Tyler, that apparently he was so locked in, like he wanted to, this is like his acting debut. He's been in some other stuff, like just like he was in the Jackass movie, and like he's done like skit stuff, but this is like his first like picture. And he didn't even read the script when Josh asked him, because apparently Josh wrote the script and was like, there's certain people I want in this movie. Like I want Timmy, I want to get Tyler, and I want to get Gwyneth to be in this.
Okay,
Everyone else I'm more flexible with. So when he told him like, hey, I'm kind of thinking of this role, like, would you want to be in it? And he didn't read the script. He's like, I'm in. And he said that yeah, I know.
that's pretty cool. I mean, I say that like coming from my perspective, because I'm just a normal guy. So like if Josh Safdie asked me to be in a movie with a whole role that he wrote for me, hell yeah. But I mean, it's Tyler the Creator. He has all sorts of opportunities, so
yeah,
that's a little different.
No, 100%. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, maybe he's just not a fan. Maybe he didn't like Uncut Gems. He's like,
true.
He's like, well, let me read it first. Like, am I getting my cheeks clapped? Maybe I should have read the script. You know what I mean? I wrote this just for you. You and Timmy getting your cheeks clapped.
Yeah.
but another thing I thought was interesting too, like that goes further with that, is the fact apparently he didn't. He learned his lines day of, like he showed up and like, all right, this is what your lines are, and he learned them like right before they filmed them.
The hell? Why?
There was not much prep into it. I mean, apparently this is right. Like his album just came out and he was doing all the touring and stuff. He was so busy.
So he was just busy.
And so it was just like, yeah, like if you still want me to do it, but like my album just came out, I'm on tour. And he's like, we'll make it work. Just come on set. You learn your lines then and just do them, which is just wild process. But
I mean,
it worked.
He doesn't have like that much to do.
Yeah,
talking. Well, no, I don't know. He's pretty important. And
no, that's what I was thinking. That's why I think it's crazy. It's not like he like came and said like 5 lines and was out. Yeah. There's like a whole segment of the movie where it's them, like they're doing their hustle and stuff like that, and they're talking back and forth. There's a decent amount of talking.
And they even have like their own little like relationship arc. Like they come in, they're like best buds, and he's like, "Oh man, we're gonna do this again." Like, "Nah, man, I lost money last time. No, we're gonna do it." And they do their hustle. They make big money, and they have this whole fight. He wrecks his car, gets messed up. He's like, "Man, no, I got kids, dude. Like, I can't be doing this. Like, I need now my cab's messed up. How am I supposed to do this?" And then he drops him off. He's like, "No, man, I love you. Don't worry. We're gonna get back. Just get out, man." So like they kind of have their ups and downs too. Like that's impressive that he just did that day of.
No, honestly, that's when I read that I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Another thing I saw. I mean, another thing I saw. One line that I just remembered that I thought was funny is just the insult when he called him a sun dodger. It's just like a black insult to call a white person. It's just a sun dodger. It's just a hilarious slang that I've never heard before.
Yeah, and then they're talking money, and he's, "Stop being greedy, you Jew."
Yeah, I know.
Like again, thank God Safdie is Jewish. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. But that's all I got. That was the other fact that I had.
All right, let's get into the filmies.
Let's get into the filmies.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Filmmies. This is our award show that we do at the end of every episode. We got 6 awards that we're going to give out to different people involved, different parts of the movie. We're starting out with our fit check. So this is our best or worst fit of the movie. Who gets your fit check?
So my fit check goes to Marty, and he had a lot of fits. So that I was already leaning towards Marty anyway, but it was more so like narrowing it down to which one I actually wanted to give it to him. And it's just like a casual fit. Like it's just, well, it's not casual. It's actually pretty formal. But he's wearing like these baggy brown dress pants. He's got a white short sleeve button up, and then a navy blue vest on top of it. And then he's rocking his glasses. Like I'm gonna throw it on just for as I'm talking about his fit check. I got the glasses that's kind of like he's wearing the black brim and then kind of like the gold under. And I was just messing with it. I mean, I saw quickly in the movie. I'm like, I just gotta mark that as my fit check because I'm probably gonna forget it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like that fit. I'm sticking with it, and that's my fit check.
What do you remember? What part of the movie that was? Is that when he's at the dinner or the lunch or whatever with Rockwell? I feel like
I think it is the dinner. I think it is the dinner actually. Yeah, I think it is at the dinner.
I mean, yeah, the glasses are clean. Hey, appreciate you, Mr. Safdie, for sending us the glasses for Deion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Then. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
appreciate that. Those are the real ones Timmy was wearing in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My fit is actually not even in this movie.
What?
I went with the Marty Supreme jacket from the promos, dude. The blue jacket with the black sleeve. I mean, there's all different colors, but my favorite is the blue. The black sleeves. It says Marty Supreme and has the 3 orange stars on the chest. They gave it to all sorts of celebrities. The jacket is just hard. I need one.
Yeah.
It's super
it
dope.
Is tough.
They gave it to, I got a list here, Kylie and Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
Actually, how many can you guess of this list? How many people can you name off?
I know Tom Brady had one.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Actually, I didn't. ASAP Rocky.
No, Kid Cudi.
Oh, Kid
Cudi had one. Well, unless ASAP Rocky saw one that I didn't see, but Justin and Hailey Bieber.
Okay.
Frank Ocean got one. Central C. Drewski. Lamine Yamal, the soccer player. Steph Curry. Susan Boyle. Bill Nye. Anthony Edwards. Michael Phelps. Ringo Starr. Patti LuPone. Misty Copeland, who's a ballet dancer. And Kevin Abstract. Just studs. There's just it's such a cool coat. I need it.
No, I need it too. And I remember I was looking it up. I was thinking of buying one, but it's hella expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I mean, I guess I could ask for Christmas. I was been like, yo, guys, give me this Marty Supreme jacket for Christmas.
Imagine you pulled up to the episode rocking that. Damn.
Oh man. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. The Anthony Edwards one makes sense because he loves ping pong. Because I remember during the last Olympics, he was talking about how we're not even talking about. He was just at all the ping pong matches. He went to all the ping pong matches, and he was saying that he wanted to play for Team USA. Yeah, and he did a YouTube video playing against like one of the professional ping pong players.
Did he get smoked?
And obviously, yeah, he got smoked. He was feeling nice though. He returned a couple, and she was like, "Oh, I'll do a couple like soft ones for you." And then he went hard, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay." And then she was like, "All right."
Yeah, and then let me watch this guy.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, all right, another level to
levels
this.
to this."
There's levels. He's good though. He actually returned some of her crazy hits, but there's levels, dog. Like she's professional. Yeah. You're a professional basketball player. You do this in your off time.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good point. But yeah, that's my fit. Not even in the movie. I think that's my first time ever doing that, but hey, I felt like it worked.
We make the rules, so
it's our words.
It was just so crazy to hear. My fit's not in this movie. I'm like, I don't know what are we doing here? I don't know what's going on. But that makes sense.
Next up, we got our Ferris Bueller Lazy Award. So this is something that someone did in the movie or behind the scenes. We consider lazy, and we are big fans of Marty, who work very hard. So we will not accept any laziness. So who gets your Ferris Bueller Award?
I gave it to Rachel, and I do this type of Ferris often. I realize is like someone being short sighted in a movie where I'm like, okay, you're just lazy. It's lazy, and it's her with the black eye makeup plan. Like I don't know what she thought where this is gonna go. Like first of all, on the husband side, he didn't beat you, so now you're gonna fake this black guy. He just got smashed with the thing, and it's like not like you can't go to the police or at this because then it's gonna be a lie. And then Marty's the one that assaulted someone, and then also. How long are you gonna hold up with the black eye? Are you slowly gonna make it lesser and lesser?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna handle this situation with this fake makeup? Like, to me, it's just so short sighted. I'm like, come on, Rachel. Like,
yeah, and knowing like, okay, if I have a black eye, maybe I shouldn't put in this crying performance to Deion so I can stay in his house because it's gonna run my makeup. Maybe think of that.
I don't know. Come on, Rachel. That's all.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, there's my lazy word is, I guess it's kind of short sighted too. Sometimes like there wasn't one that jumped out at me at this movie, so I had to think about it. But I gave it to Marty, and it's for not listening to the hotel manager that told him not to use the bathtub. He told him.
That is true. That
he
is
was
true.
like, if you go up here, like you can't use it, and he used it and fell through the floor and. Yeah,
I agree. That is lazy for Marty not listening to him, but it's also wild for him not to give the context of what will happen if you
fall
use
through
it.
the floor.
Yeah, like there's one thing like just don't use it. It's like what? Does the water not work? Oh no, the water's working. He's tripping. You know what I mean? Like you still shouldn't use it, but like that's some heavy context that I think definitely should have been added to it.
You know, it's a better, maybe the lazy award should go to the hotel manager for not properly explaining and put like a tape over the tub or something, or put a sign. Like, don't just be like, hey, by the way, because what if like you told me I'm going to stay in this room with my wife and I forgot to tell my wife and she goes to take a bath. Like you put a sign like do not use, out of order. Maybe he deserves a lazy award.
Maybe, honestly. That now I'm even thinking mine. There should have been some kind of signage, something. It was just left open, like nothing. Turn off the. Well, I don't know if you can turn off the pipes for an individual spot. Probably not, but just something. Cover it up. You know, anything. So maybe I'm changing my. Maybe I.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's certify. Let's certify that guy.
Yeah,
we changed it. Hotel manager, you're certified lazy.
100% lazy.
Get some signage on your bathtub.
Lazy bastard.
All right. Next we got quote. What was your favorite quote?
I goes to Marty, and the quote is, "Having a purpose isn't a blessing; it's an obligation, and it costs you." And I thought that's a tough line, first of all, and I just feel like that quote like gives someone a strong idea of the kind of person that is without even like having the full context of the character. Like if you just heard like, oh, this person said this, what do you think of this person? I think you can get a strong idea of how that person operates saying something like that. It sounds very arrogant. That's definitely a very arrogant person. It's like it's an obligation.
Yeah.
It's not a blessing.
That encompasses like the whole movie. Like that's what the movie is about, is like this guy that's singularly driven to do whatever it takes. And every time something goes wrong for him, he figures out another way because it's an obligation. He must. Yeah. That's why.
100%. Yeah. And that's why it's my
Who did he say that to?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I know you watched this before it came out, big fancy pants, so you watched it a long time ago. You don't remember. Yeah. My six man. Or sorry, we're not on six man. We're on quote.
Oh, quote, yeah.
My quote, I gave to Marty as well, and he says this to Rockwell. He says, well, if it's any consolation, I'm about to drop a third atomic bomb on the Japanese.
Yeah, that's what
I already said it earlier, but like, just when he said that, I was like, what? No, he didn't just say that. Like, that's just a wild thing to say in the middle of a restaurant. That's no.
Absolutely insane. That was my runner up. I was leaning between that and the other one, and I was like, is this too wild to say it's my favorite quote? Well, clearly not, because you picked it. So I guess I could have doubled down on it.
That got a big reaction in the theater, and it wasn't even just like it was half laughter, half shock, half like just like confusion. Just like, did he really say that? Like, it was great.
Yeah, that's the same feeling was in our theater too. It was like, did he just say that? And then followed by laughter, like, wow, that's crazy.
Okay, six man. Now this is our Peyton Pritchard award. This is someone with a small role in the movie, came off the bench, went off, did the most with that small opportunity. Who is your six man?
I gave it to Deion because he created the
His name is
iconic
Deion?
ball and he has
Oh.
an iconic name. That's
Yeah.
I had to give him a shout out in some sense, but I gave like an honorary mention to Tyler for I think he
Mm.
played the role pretty like perfectly and it felt authentic to him. I honestly kind of felt like he was playing Tyler the Creator, which is
Yeah.
why it's probably why he wrote it that way. I mean, obviously, it's not Tyler the Creator because Tyler doesn't have kids. He's not a dad and stuff like that. But just the way the character was talking, it felt
Mhm.
like I could hear Tyler saying all these things.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you said he wrote it for him, so
Yeah.
that makes total sense. That he Josh was thinking in his own mind, like, what would Tyler do in this situation? Or like,
Yeah.
I'm writing this type of character. Tyler the creator is this character.
Yeah.
So it just totally works. Yeah, he was great. Deion, he was cool. I mean, he kind of gets bitched throughout the movie. Like he's like, Marty's taking advantage of everyone. To be fair, it's not just him. And he, the whole pregnant, they're gonna throw a pregnant girl on the street.
Oh yeah.
And she's screaming. I'm glad his parents did end up showing up, by the way, when they were like,
Yeah.
my parents. He kept going, my parents are gonna hear my. I'm like, how are they not hearing you? And then he finally does show up. I'm like, okay, thank God. I would have been so pissed if they just like didn't hear them.
Same. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, they're literally screaming. I'm like, how
Yeah.
deep of sleepers are they?
Yeah. But even in that first meeting with Marty and then Deion's, it's his dad, I think it is, where he's like,
Yeah.
where they're pitching the orange ball. He's like, no, we're going to do this. He's like, oh, just go get me a cup of coffee. He's like, no, we're talking business. I don't want to go get you a cup of coffee. Just go get me a cup of coffee. Be like, no, man, I'm a real man. He's like, get me the cup of coffee. And then he kind of, Marty, you want a cup of coffee? I was like, oh, man.
Yeah. No,
Felt bad for the guy.
He did get bitched out.
But he was a helpful character.
But what about you, though?
Good six
What
man.
about you?
My six man is Merle. This is Kay's publicist.
I think I know. I think I know where you're going.
This guy comes in, has like 4 lines, and goes off, and is 2 great quotes, and then he leaves. And this, to me, this is the perfect six man. He comes. I just have the 2 quotes that
I don't know what
love.
the second one is. I know definitely what one of them is. But I'm curious. I don't know if I remember the second one, but go.
So this is when Timmy sees Kay backstage before her play, and he comes in, and Marty's like, oh, I really wanted to be on Broadway too, but I'm just not good enough. And he says, that's okay. Broadway needs ushers too. I was like, damn, that's kind of hurtful. And then he says the quote that we all probably remember. When you see her act, you're going to feel like you got your cock sucked by a vacuum cleaner. What? Like, what? You her publicist, so you're gassing her? I get it, but like, Jesus, dude.
That was crazy.
And then the only time we see him again was when he's like, hey, the review came in. Come, we'll read it or we'll listen to it.
Yeah.
And then we never see him again. And yeah, that was enough for me.
No, that was great. That is I love that six man. That's a great six man.
All right, next we got best scene. What was your best scene?
My best scene was the tub falling scene with the mobster, like it coming down. And to me, like, there's so many aspects of like the I was saying anarchy, just the wildness going on. That's just
word,
like this
honestly.
of the wildness going on that that makes the scene so memorable. But to me, it was just the scramble that went into clarity of like when he's like, "Oh, someone please, my dog," and Marty's kind of like looking around. He's like, "Please help me with the dog. I'll help you." Marty's just kind of like, he's just like, "I'll pay you whatever I want," and then suddenly, zoom, like everything just like focuses right on. He's like, "Wait, what did you just say?" Because before he was ignoring, like, yeah, whatever, yeah, your stupid dog, I'll pay you whatever you want, and then like then he's just like locked, and he's like, "What do you need?" He's like, "My bag's over there." He sees the money. He's like, "Okay," and then like everything's changed, and the whole plot has basically just shifted, where it's like, okay, we're doing this thing with the dog. And I thought that was crazy, which it was it's something I don't know if I've seen in a movie before. It was just done so well of just like everything was just all over the place. And then suddenly it just became so clear. And I was like, oh, that's dope. I like that.
That's a really good point. I didn't think of it that way. Like the chaos, and then Marty just immediately focused because he sees a way to get something that he wants. Because this guy's like insanely selfish, right? He doesn't
100%.
like, oh, help. You just fell through the floor onto this guy, which isn't really your fault.
No,
we talked about how it's kind of the manager's fault, but it still kind of happened, and his arm's all messed up. They're like, take the dog to the vet. Like, is that really that hard to do? And he's like,
No.
nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Oh, money's involved?
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
What do you need,
Yeah.
sir? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear you properly, sir.
Yeah.
But
That's a really good point. I like that.
That's why it's my favorite scene, though.
And that scene too, because I remember like in Uncut Gems, you talked about like the chaos of when they're stuck in like the booth, and then this guy's screaming over here. I know, like, that's just what these movies are. So like this scene in, there's a lot of scenes like that in this movie, but this is one of the most too, where like the manager's over here trying to fix the water, and then the paramedics are here trying to fix this guy's arm, and the dog's barking, and then this guy's trying to figure out what to do with the dog. Like, there's just so much going on.
It's just so interesting to me how they layer their scenes like that. It's like, okay, we have a conflict. How do we just create more and more anxiety in this scene? And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so much anxiety inducing things in the scene.
Yeah, they should have had they could have had Kay walk in and be like, Marty, what are you doing here? And then Rockwell come in too and be like, wait, you know my wife? And
100%.
It wouldn't really work in that scene, but like,
no,
but
I know what you mean.
More and more
yeah,
stuff.
Just more ways, 100%. But what about you, though? What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was the hustle at the bowling alley with Wally, Tyler the Creator's character. I liked that they didn't put like a planning scene where like, okay, this is how we're going to do our hustle. He kind of says like, okay, we're going to go and how much money did you bring? We're going to do the thing. And these characters don't need it. You know, we understand they have like a pre-established relationship. And then for us as the viewer, we can slowly figure it out as it's happening. Mm-hmm. We can like, okay, he's messing, he's losing over here. He's got these stupid things in his nostrils, I guess, just to make people feel bad for him.
Yeah.
And then the guy leaves because his girl wants to bowl. Then we get the long tracking shot of the guy walking back to the table. And he says, because they're all cheering and going crazy. He's like, oh, well, what's up? What's up? Oh, this guy's, he's taking all of his money. He's like, oh, no, don't worry. We'll get you home, buddy. Like, no, I'm not giving it. We'll get you home. So like, we see how it works as it's unfolding, as opposed to like just telling us. And then we directly into a fight at the gas station, and then Wally getting mad at him, and it drops. So we're at a high, right? They won all this money. Everything's great. Nope. We're going to fight everybody, lose your dog, and now Wally's kicking you out, and now you have half the money that you even thought you did. So like the way this movie does, it brings him up. Yep, we got to win. How do we bash him right down to rock bottom? We'll do it all in one scene.
Yeah. Wait, now that I think about it, it's an interesting play in the 50s to have the people, how much of white people have the sympathy for the black guy.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that now. That's an interesting play. You got to know your towns.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I was like, why don't they do this the other way, where like
the black guy's the bad guy?
Yeah, but maybe that would actually just result in him being killed. So maybe,
exactly.
But like, if your hustle is hinging on people feeling bad for this black guy, sometimes it's just not going to work.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. And then don't they call him the N-word, or don't they say a slur at him later too?
Yeah, I think when they're fighting at the gas station, they call him.
Yeah, that's when their true selves come out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when they steal their money, that's fair.
Yeah,
well,
100.
It's not fair, but like, you know what I mean?
You understand.
I understand why they're angry. Not saying that's fair.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, it wasn't until this conversation that I literally thought about like, hey, yeah, they did the sympathy thing for the black guy in the 50s. That is an interesting take. I guess they know their towns. That's what I'll give it to them. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So. Like, we cannot do this in Mississippi or whatever.
No, true. Yeah, they're in New York, so
yeah.
Maybe they're not directly in New York City, but they're in around there, so it's
they know not.
Yeah, they know they can do it at least. All right, finally we have our MVP. Who's your MVP?
I gave it to Josh Safdie, and I've been gassing up a lot of the elements I liked about the movie that directs right to him, which like the style of it, the story structure that I was saying I really enjoyed. And just the attention to detail. Like I always like to listen to interviews or like little YouTube videos on people talking about this, like either the actors or the director. And I got to listen to only one of his interviews, but just how heavily involved they are, just like with like the casting and stuff like that. Like lot like every movie has a casting director. Some directors a little more standoffish, like, yo, I'll let you do it, like your job, and he lets them do their job, but he's very much like, I want to make sure that they really fit that character, even if it's just like an extra. It's like, no, I want the extra to look like this. Even like what they're wearing, like he's so heavily involved with. They're really involved with the music that gets played, like when it gets played, and just I just appreciate the attention to detail that he puts into it, and just him talking about the amount of research that he did. He's just like, I read a whole book on the Harlem Globetrotters, and that was only like 5 minutes of the movie. But I just wanted to make sure it was authentic to what actually happened. It was just crazy. I can appreciate that attention to detail.
Yeah, respect to him for that. I did not know that. That's actually crazy. But yeah, it's a great MVP. I mean, the direction was really great in this movie. I think like having Marty being so wiry but also charming, like it's tough to do, and obviously it's a joint effort with probably Timmy and Josh, but the writing in this movie was really great. I talked about like all the loose threads and how they come back at the right time, right when you forget about a certain plot line. I thought like I said, the set design it felt really good. The movie looked great too. I mean, that's cinematography as well, but I mean, the director has a hand in that. Like just everything that he touched worked in this movie, and it's a great pick. It's a great pick.
I appreciate that. What about you?
It was a tough one for me because, the writing and the characters are so good. And I wanted to give it to Josh, but I ended up giving it to Timmy because he's just on fire in this movie. He's the center of this movie. And like, yes, the writing and all that stuff is great, but I feel like it also doesn't work if you don't have someone that can do the charming, but also be an asshole and play the duality of a character that a lot of people don't want to root for. Some people might. And he was cool. He was charming and unlikable. The final scene in the hospital was insane. The robbery scene I talked about. All the moments with Kay on the phone. Like, the guy's just dripping in cool, man. He was amazing.
I love that aspect of the movie too. Just like how smooth he was with Kay, and just like his wordplay of just knowing the perfect things to say. And like that was another scene too, like with Kay when he was watching her act, and he's like, that guy can't act. Like, he didn't commit. Like, the door was unlocked, so he stopped acting. You know, they play into it. And then she's like, listen to what this guy just said. And then he gets into it. He's like, I don't know if you were fully committed, bro. Like,
yeah, it's amazing. And then he slaps the knife off the table, flips up, and like he's like, man, if you're gonna go dramatic, then go dramatic. Like and Timmy, it feels like he's not acting. It feels like this because we see him in like interviews and podcasts and stuff, and he's just like seems like an everyday guy that's comfortable in all these situations. So when Marty gets in a situation, he's not an actor. He's never in this play world. Yeah. But as soon as he steps into it, he's just like, man, you got to break through the door. That's what I would have done. It's just, it's so great. It's so great.
That's great. That's a great MVP. That was where I leaned to. I was like, it's either Josh or it's Marty to get
100%
MVP. Yeah. That's a great pick.
Well, so did you wanted to mention your experience? How was seeing it early?
Yeah. So I mean, give the context, which Scott. What is it? You entered a draw. It was just the classic Instagram thing of leave a comment,
follow the account.
Yeah, and then you could win a chance to get 2 tickets to a screening. And I'm sure everyone's done this for something, whether it's like a shoe or whatever. And no one ever expects to win. You just threw the name out there. Hey, if something comes, something comes. In this sense, it didn't work out for you because the event was in a city that you're not, but you were just thrown out there just because. So unfortunately,
you're in that city.
Yeah,
I knew you were. That's why.
And I appreciate you putting our name in there, because when you said it and I saw the message, I was like, what did we enter? Like, what's going on? And I was almost like not skeptical, but I was like, I've never won these things, so I don't know how it goes. I'm like, is this legit? Like, what's going on here? But the experience is good. I just had a couple lines of it that I wanted to talk about. First of all, the setup for it, like the lineup was a mess though. Like I came into it. And there wasn't really like a sign or anything being like line up here. I just came upstairs and saw 2 massive lines, and I didn't know which line was which. And part of me was like, I'm just gonna get in the line because I don't want booty seats. because it's not one of those. We don't get assigned seats. It's like first come, first serve. So you get there, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna get in a line. Thankfully, I got in the right line. One line apparently was for influencers, but I didn't know any of the influencers, so I wouldn't know the difference of the lines. You know what I mean? They didn't have a sign saying influencer line, regular people line, even though influencers are regular people. But
yeah, what does that even change in the line? Like, do they get a? What did
they get in before us? They get prime seating, but that I don't even know if that's true, because in their spots it said reserved seats. So I don't know why they separated us. Just to make them feel better, make us feel lesser than, I guess. Like, how many followers you got? Get your bitch ass in that line.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Whatever. But it was cool. Like, people were dressed up and stuff. Like, there was people wearing bright ass orange stuff. There was people wearing suits. It was like a mix. Some people kind of dressed like 50s, like they would have been in the movie. Like, there was a range of people wearing different things. There was actually one guy wearing the jacket, which I was like, oh no way. Yeah, there was a guy wearing the Marty Supreme. I thought about it. No, damn. I didn't rob him. But yeah, it was a dope. We got the custom tickets. So they got a ticket that was just like the Marty Supreme thing. It has Timmy on it. It's like a giant, kind of like old school, like admin one kind of ticket. And then they give us regular tickets to actually give. They gave us like a little coupon that was orange. It said Marty Supreme on. It's like, this is a voucher for, it's a voucher token for 1 free popcorn and 1 free drink, which is cool. I was like, oh, we don't have to pay for snacks and stuff like that.
Nice.
What else was there? When I was waiting in line, I met this one dude that was a celebrity that I shouted on her story. His name was Alexia Monrida. And I had no idea who he was. And I didn't even know he was an influencer when we were in line. I was just talking to them.
Was he in the influencer line?
No, this is when I was watching. He was an influencer line, but I didn't realize. Okay. And the person, like, because I couldn't go with you and I couldn't go with Eloise, so I ended up going with my friend Tiana, who's an actor, and she actually knew who he was. And she was like, "Oh, that dude you were talking to is like a big influencer." So I actually follow him on Instagram, and the dude was chill. Like, I mean, I haven't talked to a lot of influencers. I've talked to some people that, because they have a lot of followers, that they kind of like have their nose up a little bit. But this just, I just felt like I was talking to a regular dude. And I think he actually thought I was an influencer, which I was kind of flattered, because he was talking like, he's like, oh, like, I was like, do you go to a lot? Like, is this like, how many have you been to like so far this year? And I was just like, oh, this is my first one. He's like, oh, okay. And then he was just talking to me like I was someone that goes to these all the time. And I was like, what am I wearing something? Like, was he
fake it till you make it, man?
I guess so. I guess because I was wearing glasses, because a little more context, I got a black eye because I hit my eye like at the gym. So I was wearing glasses. I didn't want to look crazy. So maybe that's what it was. I was wearing glasses inside. So maybe it's like, okay, either you guys a douchebag, or, well, I could be both. I could be a douchebag and I could be just rocking cool glasses. But maybe because I was wearing glasses inside, he thought I was also an influencer. But I wanted to shut him out just because he was a really cool dude. He was just asking me. Nice. He was telling me that when I'm going to the Avatar screening, I'm going to go butt naked and just paint myself blue. I was like, good luck with that.
Damn.
He didn't end up doing it. He did paint his body though. He painted his whole body blue, but he had like blue pants on. So he did.
But this guy's not a movie. Like, who is it again?
He's just I know that was the thing too. I was like, you get invited to all these screenings, and
he's not a movie dude.
He's not a movie guy. No, he just skates. But so he's got millions about it. He posts about the shows, the events that he goes to. So I guess that's.
I was like, why would they be doing it if he's not even posting about it?
No, exactly. I don't know why, but that was cool. There was an intro by QFC, which is like a YouTube channel that there's reaction videos to music videos. So I don't know why they were the intros for it. They were from Toronto, so I guess let's just get someone who's big from Toronto to intro it. And then it was showtime, and it was great, fun experience, packed theater. We got an orange ball. We got 2. Well, actually, initially we only got 1, but I asked to get a second one so I could give Scott a ball. So now we both got
Marty Supreme orange
Marty Supreme
ping pong ball.
Dragon. They look like Dragon Balls. I kept saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, that was my Marty Supreme experience. It was fun. Hopefully we get to do something else. Hey, we're gonna enter all the things. Hopefully we can do something like a Dune or not Dune. Yeah, Dune. That'd be cool if we could do something for Dune, or I don't know if that's probably not gonna play at TIFF. They're not
worm?
Get a worm. Get one of those wild ass what are the cups? Was it cups or popcorn?
Yeah, the popcorn bucket.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get something. I want to try to get early releases to anything. Enter all the contests, and
we'll be in that influencer line soon enough. Don't you worry.
And we'll do it. We're gonna be doing something for next year's TIFF too. We're gonna be. I don't know what we're gonna be. We're gonna be. We gotta dress up. We already did, we'll at least for one night or something or whatever we do. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do it big. But that was my Marty Supreme experience.
Nice.
Do you have any final thoughts as I close this out?
I'm excited that you were able to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that as well at some point. It's really cool experience. And this was a great movie. I mean, the hype for it was real.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always live up to it.
Nope.
And I guess spoiler if you didn't watch our 2025 review episode, but Deion, you had this as your number 3 movie of the year, I think.
It was on my number 3.
So going into it, I had that and I loved it. It's great.
I was nervous because I was like, I don't know if I should put it on here. I'm being honest, but I was like, I don't want to set his expectations. But I was also thinking, I was like, I think your expectations are already high anyway. All the promo for it, I know you were excited to see. I was like, I don't know. Did that really change anything for you? Or did it a little bit?
No, not really. It didn't change anything. It more kind of like cemented my expectations of like.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You know, like and at the end of the day, like I want to hear, like when I ask you a question about or when people tune in, like I want to hear our real opinions and not just be like, I don't want to spoil it or not spoil it, but I don't want to like ruin it for you if you're gonna watch it. Like, if I asked, it's because I want to know. Yeah,
that's fair. I just thought it was a weird situation because I'm like putting something on my list that hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Versus like if it's already out, then people could be like at least had the opportunity to go see it. But hey, it is what it is. They're tuning into this and to hear our list, so that's on you.
Yeah.
It's not really on you. You didn't have a choice. You had to hear me anyway.
I guess so.
But that being said, it's funny. We got one certified, and it was from a recall of our previous
manufactured certified. Yeah,
but it still counts. We're gonna count. I think that was the only certified, but that counts. We got a certified on our list thing. Go check that out. You'll see how that worked out too on our list of the year. If you want to be part of the conversation, you can follow us on Instagram at TikTok at The Film Room Pod. We're on Apple and Spotify, at YouTube at The Film Room Podcast. And thanks again for the review. If you also want to, let me shout out the name again. It's like Baby
Harp Seal?
Baby Harp Seal. Thank you. Yeah, Baby Harp Seal. Thank you again for the review. Really appreciate it. Like I said, and I always say, if you will leave a review, how many stars? How many stars are on that ball? I actually don't know if that actually works.
There's 3.
Okay, well, give us two more of those. Give us two more of those.
A couple more of those. Dream big.
Yeah. Dream big.
Put 3 stars and dream even bigger.
Exactly. And whatever the review is, funny, serious, funny, serious, or weird, we'll read on the pod. We appreciate everyone's comments and interaction with the pod. And do you have any final thoughts, Scott?
Well, if it's not 5 stars, you're getting spanked with a ping pong paddle. How about that?
All right. Don't threaten someone with a good time.
Yeah, true.
Scott.
Some people we might get an influx of 1-star votes.
And with that being said, remember, simple, dream big.
Dream big.
And peace out.